Hello, my name is Diane Marks. I'm the Senior Instructional Designer here at FGCU's Department of Digital Learning. And this is a little video to go over some of the options, features, and things that you can do with Canvas conferences. As you begin to move your course content online and you start thinking about how you're going to connect with students and have discussions, answer questions, Canvas conferences is a great option for that. So we're going to go through that a little bit. And we'll talk about how to access Canvas conferences and what you can do as an instructor. So I have two screens open here. One is sort of just a guide of this video structure, and then the other is where I'm going to demonstrate some of the features for you. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my sandbox, so there's no students enrolled, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we're going to get started. So Canvas Conferences begins with Big Blue Button. And so Big Blue Button, you can share your audio, slides, chat, video. You can share your desktop with students. You can have your whole class in there. You can have one student in there. You can have a small group of students in there. And you can even record your lectures and put them up for students to view at another time. So what are some of the features that we have? Big Blue Button is awesome. There's a public and a private chat, webcams so that we can see each other. Those visual cues, as human beings, it really means a lot for us to be able to look each other in the eye, see the facial expressions, and so that's one of the real strengths of having a video conference. You can communicate via audio without your webcam. You can also call in if a student doesn't have a computer. You can use emojis to express yourself. There are breakout rooms if you want to have students discussing topics or working collaboratively in small groups. There's a polling option where you can have a discussion with the whole class, post a question, they can choose an option, and then it shows what students voted, and you can discuss that. You can also share your screen, and even better than that is that you can have students share their screens. And then another great option is this multi-user whiteboard. So not only can the presenter write on the whiteboard, but if you choose the option to use a multi-user whiteboard, then everyone in the group can contribute to that whiteboard. So it's a very collaborative technology. So let's talk a little bit about what we've got. So you can share a real-time video, and that is really easy to do. I'm going to talk about how to set up the conference first, and then we'll show you how to share this video. So this is your course. You want to make sure that you have conferences enabled, no little eyeball. Add a conference. So you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to put test over here. It's Big Blue Button. I don't recommend that you put a time limit on it, because if you do run over, it just kind of cuts off. So I would enable recording, and I would click no time limit. And then here, you can invite all course members, or if you unclick this button, these are the fake people who are enrolled in my sandbox. You'll see a list of your students here. So if you want to meet with a small group, you can check individual names. If you want to invite the entire class, you just invite all course members. Okay? And then you can write the description, make sure you have your textbook with you, make sure that you are dressed professionally, whatever you want to say here for the participants. And then when you click update, your meeting is created. And then when you're ready, you click start. And that takes you right into Big Blue Button, and it's going to ask you to test your audio. So I'm going to test my microphone. Click allow. Testing, testing, testing. Yep, I can hear myself.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Okay, so this is what the Big Blue Button looks like for everyone. This is the screen, and then these are some of the features that we're going to use. So if you want students if you want students to see a video, one of the most important things you can do is have them turn off their audio because it will just echo all the way around. And so, if I want to share this link, I'm going to click on this plus sign, and it says share an external video. I'm going to click in my URL, and I'm going to share the video. And then this video is sent to all the students. Okay, and when you're done with your video, stop sharing your video, and it takes you right back to your screen. So that's pretty easy to do. You also have a great feature for polling. Polling, again, is right here, where you can start a poll, and you have these options. So you can either create a slide, like I did here, that has the questions and the answers. We find this is an easier way to do it, so you don't have to type it every time while you're sort of in the moment. So my question is to everybody, do you prefer Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? And so I'm going to use A, B, or C. Click A, B, or C. And as students click A, B, and C on their screen, it will start to accrue the numbers there, and you can publish them and show everyone what the results were and maybe have a discussion about it. So that's kind of cool. The next thing we're going to talk a little bit about is that whiteboard. The whiteboard is incredible. And what you can do here is you can go to another slide here, which is just blank, and you can see here these are your tools. So these are sort of the text tool, drawing tool, whatever you want. If you wanted to make a circle, or if you wanted to write text, you can do that. These are your colors and your fonts. This undoes whatever you've done. And then the trash is that it clears all the annotations. So if you're drawing all over it and you need to sort of wipe it clean, you just click the trash. And then this is the multi-user. So if you are writing something and you want to have somebody else in the group add on to it, you just click multi-user, that bottom right there. And so then it tells you who's writing and what they're doing. So this is very cool. The other option that we have is breakout rooms. And this is an example of the breakout rooms that we used in our virtual online learning academy. Breakout rooms are really easy to find. You just click on users and create breakout rooms. Then you get this pop-up and it asks you a bunch of questions. How many rooms do you want? How long do you want it? It's great. It has a timer where it counts down in each room so students know when it's getting close to time that they're coming back. You can either put your students in rooms that you want, that you would make your groups, or you can have the computer randomly assign them. Okay? And then you click create when you're done. Breakout rooms can also be accessed by students. So you don't even have to be there. If you have a collaborative project, or if students want to get together and talk about a presentation or just anything at all, they can meet in a breakout room themselves. So that is very cool, and that's in the student instructions. Another option that you have that we really like as well is that whoever is presenting, and you can share the presenter mode, can share their screen so everyone can be on the same page at the same time. So for us, I'm going to show you the course continuity page, and I'm going to share it with my group in Big Blue Button. So you have to make sure that you have it open in a different tab to begin with. And then this little button over here is share your screen. Now you're going to get a pop-up window with these tabs. Do you want to share your entire screen? And this is a little freaky because it shows like a window and a window and a window and a window. So I hardly ever choose that one. Application window is usually what I choose. And that would be the two parts that I have pulled up now. We can either choose one or the other. And then the Chrome tab, it gives you a list of all your tabs that are open. And so I want us to go to the course continuity page, and I'm going to share that with students. So now you can see the blue border around, and that's indicating what's being shared with students. And then you can talk about whatever it is, the resource. Okay? So finally, when you want to stop, just click stop. And you go back to your big blue button. So I'm back in the meeting again. I just want to show you a couple of other small items. One of the coolest thing is that when you have people in the course, if they click on their name and set status, then they can sort of indicate to you how it's going. If they have a question, they can raise their hand. If they have a phone call and they need to be away, if they're confused, if they think that's a great idea, they can applaud. Sometimes I'll say, am I talking too fast? Can you hear me? Can you see this? And they'll respond with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This is a great way to communicate with students without interrupting the flow of the lesson. You'll want to make sure that you clear the status, or you ask students to clear their status. When you're done, clear all status icons. Okay? And then there are two other options that you have here. You have a public chat where students can ask questions while you're talking. One of the best ways to monitor this when you're new to online learning and teaching is if you pause maybe every 10 or 15 minutes. Take a gander, just look over the questions, answer them quickly, and then continue on with what you're teaching. Shared notes is also great. These are both in the breakout rooms and in the larger conference room. So if you are lecturing and you want to make sure students attend to important parts of the lecture, or if you want to organize some of the information, you can type that here and students can see that as well. Okay, I would recommend you record your sessions so that students can go back and view them if they need to, and you can go back and look at the questions that they had for you, and you can see what information that you gave to them, and it sort of helps you remember, because it's almost like an out-of-body experience. You're trying to concentrate on so many things. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is just these little buttons down here. So we talked about the plus button with the actions and the share your screen. This is to share your webcam. This is if you're leaving the audio. And this is to either open your mic or close your mic. So now you can see it's open.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
And when it's black with a diagonal through it, then it's muted. Okay, I hope that this helps you with thinking about how you can have that personal touch with your students, even though we're moving content and instruction online. If you have any questions about how to use Big Blue Button Canvas conferences, please contact your instructional designer. We are happy to help you.